Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. I just want to do something a little more lighthearted this week, but before you click off, I'm shifting from the Queen to Beauty Queens. So, although I'm not a fully fledged royal expert, between you and me, I was Miss Barbados, I went to Miss World, and so I'm sort of an expert on that. So, let's go. This thing happened in the news recently and it has been going viral. Some of you asked me to look at it and give you my thoughts on it, so I'm going to start with that. Okay, so this is Sri Lanka. This is the Mrs. World. I was in Miss MISS World contest. This is the Mrs. World, so the criteria is that you have to be married, and it's another genre of beauty queen contests. There are many, but this one is very important because the person in question, the beauty queen in question, she was not just Mrs. Sri Lanka, she was Mrs. World, so she won the Mrs. World title. So this reigning Miss Sri Lanka, Mrs. Sri Lanka, Mrs. World, she had a problem with one of the contestants because she thought that she was divorced and so she could not be a Mrs. Little technicality, she's actually not divorced, she's separated. So she did not want to give her the crown. And there's some aunties on the stage and some queens. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I cannot imagine how this has happened. Let's go. So you see there's this auntie here. I don't know if she just told the reigning queen that her non-favorite just won, but you see her go like, it's about to go down. She looks, yeah, she's not happy. Mind you, while this heartbeat is going on, there's a lot of pressure on Sri Lanka at this point because Sri Lanka is the host for the next Mrs. World pageant. That means that because the reigning Mrs. World is from Sri Lanka, they have the obligation to do this next Mrs. World pageant. So there's a lot of pressure on them at this moment. They want to make sure that their contestant is all good to go, meets all the criteria, and maybe this is why that happened. I don't know if that's a pageant director, but he's in a whole entire ice skating costume, Olympic ice skating costume, and he looks stressed out. They've turned up the music. They've turned up the music really loud. I don't know why they did that. She curtsies here. You see Auntie is not on board. Auntie here in the sari. Also, you can see the reigning Miss World is not on board and she just stands there with the crown and she refuses to give it over. There's some gesticulation, like somebody come, like give the woman the crown. I'm just gonna tell you something real quick. When you're at this point on stage, you literally are just trying to keep your teeth wet. Like, you're like, Vaseline, work with me, because you're so poised at that point. You're so stiff that you're like, that's what you're concentrating on. And this winner, Mrs. De Silva, is actually like, where's my crown? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Okay, so I just want to say, like, it's a bit of technicality because she's actually separated, she's not divorced. But I don't have a problem with that. I don't know what the criteria is, I'm a bit confused. I don't care. But the reigning Mrs. World, Mrs. Sri Lanka, has a problem with it. And she thinks that it's impossible for somebody to take on this particular crown in this particular category of Mrs. World without being married and having the obligations of, you know, being a wife and having children and then at the same time be able to compete in pageants. So yeah, it's a lot. Like, I would not be able to do that right now, to be honest with you. I would not be able to do both. I don't have the time or the energy right now, so I can imagine that. But also because she's a separated mom, her platform was to bring awareness to women in Sri Lanka who are separated and raising their children on their own, and that would take even more time. So kudos to her for being able to compete in this pageant in the first place. But like, there are haters in this house. There's some haters in this house. There's some haters in the house. The reigning jury, Mrs. Jury, is just holding on to that cushion with the crown, and it's like, give me my crown. It's crazy. Everybody's like so nervous. So I'm just gonna reiterate. Everyone looks really pissed off. I don't know if they all know that she's separated or not, but normally these other characters don't get involved in the backstage stuff, and they don't judge, and they don't, you know any of the contestants really. They just are they're extras on the stage. So the fact that they all are in on this thing is so unfair. What the hell is going on? The music is literally so loud just to like drown out all the bad-mindedness. You cannot drown out bad-mindedness. Finally, she gets her crown. All right, let's see how this goes. So Caroline Judy, who is the reigning Miss World and Miss Sri Lanka, just purposefully props the crown on her head, twisted, crooked. It's ridiculous. So you know something's going on. Here comes the ice skating queen to fix it, sort it out. He gets some bobby pins. Well, he's kind of getting it right. I mean, he has a lot of gold on him. There's a lot riding on this. Why is this so hilarious to me? The music is so loud because they're trying to drown out the bad-mindedness, man. Okay, Auntie comes to give her a trophy, and you can see her, I paused it, like her face is like, I mean, okay. You can see that the reigning Miss World, Miss Sri Lanka, Mrs. Jury, is not having it. She's like already getting geared up. All right, she gets her final walk. That's how you do it. It's about to throw down. Get ready. Get ready. Buckle your safety belts. Yeah, it's about to go down, girl.
I have a small request.
I have a small request.
As per the Mrs. World Inc., there is a rule that you all have to be married and not divorced. So, I'm taking my first step saying that the crown goes to the first runner-up.
Her behavior looks a bit drunken because she's like moving a lot and, you know, doesn't know where to look. And she's, even her walk, if you see how she walks, she looks a bit drunk. I don't know. That's my opinion. I can't watch. Oh, here comes Xena Warrior Princess in her knighthood armor, chest plate. I don't know who she is, but she tries to help. And, you know, Miss World says, no, I got this. But then, like, the Xena Warrior Princess chest plate lady goes like, ugh. So apparently she's some kind of, like, model. I don't know why she's there. I don't know if she was supposed to be there, if she just was supposed to be changing backstage, but then she was like, wait, drama? I come in. I don't know. It's very scary. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Like, at least I don't. People are screaming. The music is just so obnoxious. They might have to change the location for the next Mrs. World. They might have to take it from Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka is rogue AF. Yeah, and they're all doing this kind of stuff. And anyway, this desperado first runner-up then goes on to make a speech about.
First of all, judges for the honor, and I would like to thank for who helped me, who believed in me, and who supported me in completing my dreams. Thank you everyone, thank you so much. And also I would like to do something for my nation. This is not the end. Winning the crown is not the end, but this is a new beginning of my career.
She likes to thanks and everybody. She likes to thanks for the judges that did not elect her. Or people who believe in her. Nobody believes it. You didn't win, is what I'm saying. It's a new beginning of her career, she says. Just a little side note. So when you go to the actual Miss World, MISS World, the cutoff is 25 years old and you can't be married. And in fact, they don't encourage you to have a boyfriend actually. But you are up against doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs, as they say. You literally, in fact, my year, Miss Sri Lanka was a biochemist. So it's weird that in the Mrs. Sri Lanka, they're using this to catapult their career or their new career, or they want to start a career, which is the complete opposite of these under 25 girls.
Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I'm really glad. Thank you.
Okay, so what happens after that? What happens after that is the crown is reinstated to the rightful owner, which is Mrs. De Silva. And she does a press conference, but we'll talk about that in a minute. First, I want to talk about the fact that the lady who took the crown off her head and the model, whose name is Churi somebody, and she was the one of the chest plate, she and Mrs. Judy, the reigning Miss World, Miss Sri Lanka, were arrested and charged with, let me get this right, simple hurt and criminal cause, which I think is like a form of assault. But anyway, because when they took the crown off their head, off the head of the winner, it damaged. She had injuries. And you can see that because she does this press conference, which I could not understand. I wish I had a translator. It was really annoying because I was trying to figure out what she was saying. But I noticed on her hand is this plaster, which is like, I think where the IV would go. No? So I was like, oh my God, she must have went to hospital. Did she faint? Did the shock just reach her? Yeah, so when I saw that Band-Aid, I was quite curious about what happened. She put on her Facebook that she was admitted to hospital because she had injury to her head from when they took off the crown. Like the hair was caught or whatever in it. And so, yeah. She's a single mom, but she's on Facebook. And I don't think she'll be single for very long because there are a lot of thirsty gentlemen that now know all about her all around the world. And they will probably be hitting her up on her Facebook. Now they know she has one, these men in the world. So you might not be single for very long, my darling. Okay, I'm being crazy, but it is what it is. So she said her platform would be to raise awareness about being a single mother without the father around, and she's separated, but she's not divorced. And I think that's a very progressive platform, especially because opportunities come very slim in third world countries to women who are marginalized. And I completely support, I completely support that she was trying to change the draconian, archaic mold of this kind of beauty contest. And so she just had a press conference to say that shit. But also, Mrs. Jury came out with a statement where she was saying that she, was explaining why she did what she did, and she thought she was in the right. It was supposed to be an apology. She was asked to apologize, but she didn't quite, how it is these days. Nobody wants to apologize for anything. But she sort of did it like a kind of explanation of why she thought she was right to take the crown away from the winner, and how she was always against her because she knew what was going on. And it was for these reasons of the criteria for the contest, and she could enter other contests if she wanted to, that did not require for you to be married, but she thought that she should take the crown from her, and that in fact she will give up her crown as Mrs. World.
I am now ready to hand over the crown. After all, one fair chance is all a woman needs. Thank you.
To show that she still stands by what she did. Of course, the Mrs. World Inc. would have completely ripped that crown from her head in a matter of minutes after this press conference that she did, because I don't even know if it was a press conference, it was just a statement. But after this statement that she did, of course, the Miss World Inc. would have taken her crown and dethroned her and struck her off of the logbook of previous winners or whatever, because she was charged, you know, she was charged criminally. So nice of her to give up her crown, but it was going to happen anyway. Yeah, so I must say, like, it is what it is. I think this was a lot. I couldn't figure out why this was so important, because when you are a Miss World contestant, you kind of don't feel like the other contests are as important, because Miss World is the longest running. My Miss World, the MISS Miss World, is the longest running beauty contest since 1950. So you would think that these other little ones that come out after it, you know, Miss International, Miss Earth, is it? I don't know. These other contests, even the teen ones, are not the real deal. But at the same time, why was this so viral? Well, it was because this was the winner of the Mrs. World, where all the countries come together and compete. So for her to do this was pretty risky, to say the least. However, this does happen. So we can look here at these other contests in South America, starting with Brazil, where the crown was taken from, this is a local contest in the lead up to the country contest, Miss Brazil. And this crown was taken from the winner by a runner-up, because she felt like she shouldn't have won, but money talked. I think that was her like reason for doing this. And I think she throws a crown into the audience or whatever. I don't know why you wouldn't just like place a crown on your head and just be like, I'm the winner, bye, and just roll out into the sunset, and then like have people just like take you down at that point. But I don't know why you would just like throw it in the, like if you went and took the crown, like why throw it away? Like put it on your head. And also in Miss Colombia, that was 2015, the Miss Brazil one. The Miss Colombia was 2016. And you can see here that she actually was very careful to remove the crown, put it on her head, take a selfie or whatever, and then put it very carefully back onto the winner. She even catches it as it's falling. Notice that there's a lot of military personnel around, because those were the escorts for the contestants. These are actually trained military officers. And you have to be pretty ballsy to be surrounded by these men that are trained to fight. And you just do something that rogue. Of course, about 6 of them escorted her out after she did her thing. But it's just such a crazy feeling when you're up there, because I feel like I was really poised and really like I felt like a statue. I felt like I couldn't even like, if I had an itch, I'd be like, itching. You know, to imagine just going so rogue to like grab a crown and put it on your head and take it off and then throw it away. Like, it's just so insane. And I just, you know, it's crazy. I'm hoping that this is never going to happen again, for the sake of all beauty queens. But I just wanted to share this with you. I wanted something a little bit upbeat, and I thought this was a perfect thing. Just a teaser. I'm doing another video. I'm putting it together now, and it has to do with Barbados. I'm going to do a big reveal when I get to my subscriber goal, which is my little goal. And I'm going to start looking at merch because I have so many good ideas in my head. Well, I think they're good anyway, for Leilani of Barbados merch, in collaboration, hopefully, with the Barbados Tourism Board. So we're going to look at that and start planning for that. And I'm still keeping an eye on the Royals. We have a little break to, well, I think we should give them a break right now, until the next thing happens. And I will be right there when it happens. But thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give a thumbs up, like, share it please, because this will help me reach my goal of subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. This is from India. I've never been to Sri Lanka, but I have been to India, so I wanted to show you my beautiful kaftan. And I actually kind of worked out, like I feel like I could have competed with them because this is the color scheme that they use. Anyway, let me not get off topic. Lots of love to you, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.